Hello and welcome back on this sort of sunny-ish Saturday in Seattle. We're going to be doing a bunch of solo jazz as usual. If you are not a regular attendee of these classes, don't worry, we're going to do stuff that is totally follow-alongable by anyone of any skill level. But we are going to be getting a little bit fun with some rhythms. We're going to be moving a little bit faster paced with the song and working with a couple of things we worked on in Wednesday's technique class. For those of you that were there, we'll be working with some dynamics and some riffing and a couple things like that. But to start off with, as always, we're going to do a bit of a warm-up. So I'll jump over here in the corner and do some dancing, and you'll follow along. Please bear with me. We are in the middle of a move this weekend. I'm moving from here to an apartment about 15 minutes away, but you might notice the beautiful mattress in the background of the shot, or the fact that my dance shoes are not on my feet there at the new apartment, so I'll be dancing barefoot today. So bear with me. And we will make this work. So we're going to start off with a warm-up song by a really cool group of badass femmes from New Orleans. This is the Shake 'Em Up Jazz Band, and the song is Root, Hog, or Die. My friend Chloe is the clarinet player, so totally check out her solo at 2 minutes and 30 seconds in when we get there. She's awesome. If you know of her, you probably know of her because she plays in Postmodern Jukebox on occasion. But definitely head over to the Bandcamp link down here for Shake 'Em Up and check out Chloe Fioranzo as well and support those artists. But for now, let's do some dancing. So find yourself some space where you're not going to run into anything or anyone, and we'll get moving.
You know it ain't funny, it's true, how I die. If you don't, I'm leaving, and you best be believing, it's you who will be grieving. Now it's true, how I die. Up on my car and watch and dine and think. Now it's time for you to stop saying your own thing. Oh, you know I'm mellow, you've been a real swell fellow. But I ain't no storyteller, it's true, hop or die. die. If you don't, I am leaving. And you best be believing it's you who will be grieving. Now it's true, I'll go down. Up on my birds and watching diamond ring. Now it's time for you to stop. Shake your own thing. You know that I'm mellow. And you better is that better. But I ain't no storyteller. Now it's true, I'll go down.
All right. So that was a bit peppy for a warm-up song, but I love that song. I love that band. And we'll be dancing a little bit faster than usual, not quite that fast for our choreography. But aren't they awesome? And hello, Jonathan, and hello, Katie. Good to see you on here. We're going to be doing our choreography today to one of my all-time favorite songs to social dance to, called Oh Rock by Lionel Hampton. Let's listen to a little bit of that, and then I want to talk about the tune a little bit. So here's Oh Rock. So a couple things to notice right away about that tune. First off, it's in a 6/8 structure is what we say as dancers are. It's a blues structure. So 12-bar blues is a really common jazz structure. A lot of jazz grew up out of blues music, and all of it is strongly influenced by it. So often we'll be working in 4/8 clumps, but this tune is going to be in 6/8. So set your internal clocks accordingly for when we're doing moves. Another thing I want to notice right away about it is it's a riff tune. And by that I mean it has one kind of thing that happens for quite a long time without too much changing, and then it switches to a different thing that happens. So you can hear that "Oh, when the Saints" riff going for like 6/8 in a row. You can hear the "Bad, Bad Women" happening again over and over and over again. And that's the third thing I want to point out about the song is it's sort of in honor of a lot of the powerful ladies in our country at the moment who are labeled nasty women. So we're going to dance to a "Bad, Bad Women" song. And honor them in a sort of weird dancey way. So we're doing the riff structure in our dancing as well. So we're not going to be doing a bunch of different moves every chorus. We're going to take one thing and kind of make it work for us. This song doesn't really have an intro, so we're going to skip that first 6/8 and let the groove start to happen. When you're skipping that, try not to skip it by sitting it out. Try and skip it by walking around, finding the beat, really get moving. And our next step is going to be totally stealing from two of my favorite solo jazz dancers. You've heard me reference them in almost every video, Al Minns and Leon James. And when they're starting a performance, they don't just go and they're dancing. They'll come up and be like, "Hey, I see you there, audience person. We're going to do this together. Like, I may be the only one dancing, but you're in this with me." So we're going to use the next step to kind of groove and invite them in. And this is a step that I actually just stole basically straight from them. We did a slight modification on it. And then we're going to slowly build up our rhythms as we go. So our first step, as borrowed from Al Minns and Leon James, is going to be some boogie forwards. We're going to start with your right leg, scuffing the floor. 8, 1, scuff the other one, 2, 3. And then on this third boogie forward, 4, 5, we're going to step down onto that foot with ourselves turned a little bit toward the inside here, kind of like you have to go to the bathroom. So we had 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm stepping on that foot. And then we're going to twist that heel into the floor and fan those toes open and start some apple jacks. So that goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to twist those heels into the floor, just alternating. So my right heel goes down and fans out, my left heel, and my right heel. Now I'm keeping those feet on the floor. It's not a corkscrew where my toes are up. My feet are flat on the floor here. In case you just walked in and didn't catch it earlier, I'm in the middle of moving right now, so my dance shoes are at the next place, and this is the next roommate moving into this house's bed, so thanks for bearing with me. So we're going to be going 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That leaves our left foot free to do the same thing on the other side. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The important thing to remember is on that third boogie forward, we're gonna that's the same foot that'll be doing the first apple jack. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, apple jack. Other side, 2, 3. It's my left apple jack, and that's what's gonna let us switch sides every time through here. Don't worry about making this one very big. What I'm more worried about is keeping some rhythm to it and powering it from the important region for dancers, because when in doubt, you put your booty out, right? So we got 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do that literally 6 times. So here's where the actual dancing comes in, and this is where I was saying we're going to reference Alan Leon a little bit more particularly. I want you to come forward toward your audience on those boogie forwards, and I'll show you a few options for what you can do with your upper body, with your face, but what I want you to be doing is going, hey, I see you. And then you're going to say, come here, we're going to do this in your own way. I'll show you a couple options you can choose from, or you can make your own. But we're going to be coming toward the audience, and then, yeah, we got this. And then come to the audience and invite them into your little show here. So this whole first 6/8 of Alan Leon's intro is going to be inviting your audience to play with you. So that might look something like this. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. And as we do that, start to think about pulling them in toward you. If you need to work on the feet the first couple times, that's great. But be aware that we're not doing a lot in this chorus or this phrase. So you really need to emote this part. And we'll build onto the fancy bits in just a moment. But let's try that from the top. We've got 6/8 to kind of walk around and find the beat. And then you've got 6/8 of this intro where you're going to invite your audience to come play. Five, six, 7. And so at the end of that, you should be on your left foot. And I would like for you to start, as we're thinking about it, we've got that level 1 of you're new to this and it's just you're focusing on the footwork. Just do that. What you're doing is great. Level 2, we talked about drawing your audience into you, trying to emote to them. Try and keep your chest open for that. And you can use closing that chest as a clear, ooh, we're sucking backward, but I want to come back to that big open position by the time I'm doing my boogie forwards again. If you want a little bit extra, try and imagine that there's an audience all around in front of you. You know, if you've been at a dance venue and seen one of those performances, the audience kind of sits in an arc, and try and emote to different people. That doesn't necessarily mean turning your dancing, but you can be looking over here while you dance forward, or you can be like, what's up, over there, or you can be like looking over here but pointing at that person. So start to feel like you have a big audience in the round, and we'll make this work even yummier. So we're gonna try this one more time, and then we're just gonna plow ahead. If you have questions on this step, go ahead and fire them into the comments, and I'll check on those after this run through. Five, 6, 7. everything I saw was perfect. I can't see you, but we're going to assume you're doing great. If you have any questions, again, put them over in the comments. But we're going to start on the next little bit because the rhythms get progressively more interesting for a couple of choruses here. We're going to start this one like we're doing a jazz square. So we're just going to cross that right foot over our left. So you just finished that last left side. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on that left foot. I'm going to cross and drop down low onto my right foot. When I do this, I'm keeping my body open. I'm keeping my face toward my audience, so I'm not collapsing. I'm still engaged with my audience, but I'm definitely getting lower. So I'm lowering my right knee to bring me toward the floor. That's left, sorry, left knee to bring me toward the floor. So let's do that last left side. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And we're going to come down 1. So the left side, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And instead of doing a normal jazz square there, we're actually going to kind of hitch up. So what I want to do is really be transferring my weight from my left to my right during that cross. So try that a couple times on your own. Make sure you can cross your feet, but still get your weight over toward that right foot as it crosses over. And then we're going to pull up to make this work. So we have step, scoot. And I'm pulling up with that left leg and stepping back down. Boo, hoo, ah. And then I'm going to step my right foot to the side. So we have cross, scoot, land, step. So 5, 6, 7, and a hoot, hoo, ah, ah. Yep. Any questions? Going to check on your comments here. No, looks good. And then we're going to go side, front, side, back, step. So it's just a grapevine. Side, front, side, back, side. So that looks like this. We have cross, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side. So boot, do, da, shee, di, da, da. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a boot, ooh, ah, dee, dee, da, ah. Again, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Try and keep yourself really springy. If you are trying to get a full weight change on all of these and from an up high spot, it gets really difficult. You're having to move your whole body through space. And this song is a little bit brisk, so I want to be in the floor. So this does most of the work, and I don't have to move my whole torso. I can just move the legs. So the lower you are, the easier this actually is. Let's try that one more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're there on the right foot. It was so much fun on that side. Let's try it on the other side. So we cross our left foot over the top. 1. We bring our right knee up to scoot. We step down. 3. We go side, front, side, back, side. So let's walk through that side again one more time. We're on our right foot at the end of the first one. We cross our left foot over. Cross, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side. And once more for good measure. We're on your right foot. We go 5, 6, 7, and cross, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side. Ba, 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 dee, 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 da, da. So let's try both sides in a row. We were on our left foot after those Alan Leon entrance here. So we're on our left foot. We cross over with our right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just like the other step, we're going to do this a bunch of times. One of the things we're going to do in this routine is we've got these 6/8 long, which is pretty long for dancers, so we have short attention spans, sections of the song, right? And the band isn't doing a ton different per section. They're kind of using each section as a different idea. We're going to try and emulate that without getting boring for our audience. So the first thing we did was just 6/8 of the same step. That is one way to do that. This time, we're going to do 4/8 of the same step. So we're going to go through this whole thing twice on each side, so 4 times total of this rhythm. Then we're going to have a little bit of a 2/8 count long break, which is a bit different too, because if we're doing that shim sham formula where we have 3 and a break, that break is only 8 counts. in 6/8, we get bonus counts. It's great. So we have twice on each side. Boot, toot, da, dee, dee, da, da, toot, toot, da, dee, dee, da, da, toot, toot, da, dee, dee, da, da, toot, toot, da, dee, dee, da, da. After that, we're going to be firmly planted on that left foot, so we can lunge forward onto our right. And we're going to turn our body, so our sternum is over the foot that's in front, so that's my right. I'm turning slightly to the right with my whole torso, and I'm doing that by bringing my elbows across. So we're doing that classic Tranky-Do drunken sailor lunge walk. So you'll get your nice little lines here for when you're out on the beach. So we just finished that last time on this side. We went boom, boom, ba, dee, 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 da, da. I'm gathering my right knee in and then lunging forward onto it as I twist myself to the right. So let's try and get to that point. We're going to do 4 times through that rhythm, the cross, scoot, land rhythm. And then at the end, we're going to go right into that first lunge with our right foot forward. So starting with the right foot crossing over the left. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5 and a 7, 8. Step, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side, step, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side, step, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side, lunge. And getting that wired into your brain is the hard part. Once you've got it and you're really planted on that left foot, it's actually not too bad to go forward onto that right. If you're in a small space and you don't want to travel too far forward, or maybe you're performing this and you end up close to the edge of the stage, you can emulate a lunge by, instead of going this way, going this way. So you can slide that left foot back and just drop down onto your right. So for me, this feels like somebody turned the gravity way up on my spaceship all of a sudden, and I get sucked to the floor. So I'm not jumping down into it. I'm just going lunge. So I'm bringing my legs up without doing any jumping first. So I just get shorter all of a sudden and I go toward the floor. So if you're in a tight space or you just like the look of it, I can come out of that last one going step, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, side, lunge. And I can throw my left leg back to kind of match what my right arm is doing up here in opposition. So what we've got so far is the Allen Leon bit for 6/8. After that last left side, apple jack, we have 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7, 8. We do this 4 times total. And then we go into 4 lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go, from the top with music. And again, if you have questions, those comments are there for you, or the section is there for you to ask. Here we go. Find the groove during this part. Remember to be really active listeners. You can hype your crowd up a little bit. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Five, 6, 7. Here we go. And hopefully you can hear that the music changes there, right? So, da da da, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. So that ba 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 ba. That's when we're going to be hitting those drunken sailors forward. We'll do that one more time through with music from the top, and then we're going to give you the last 8 count because I really hate to leave you with hanging at the end of a phrase. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here it is. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Beep, beep, beep. Da, blue, blue, bop. So on that last drag forward, that last drunken sailor, 1, 3, 5, 7. I want to drop myself toward the floor, split my weight between my feet, and be ready for some boogie backs, because we're going to do 3 boogie backs after that. So we've gone wah, 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 ba. And I'm bringing my hands around so they can use that motion to clap me my butt up into the air for the first boogie back. So that looks like this. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just do that. We're going to be on your left foot, going into those drunken sailors. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Quick note, we're going odd numbers and then clapping on the even numbers. So that clap happens on 8, so it'll feel a little bit fast after those drunken sailors. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our last 2 beats are just going to be a run, run. So you're really just jogging in place with your right and then your left. So let's try that one more time. Just the drunken sailors, 3 boogie backs, and a run, run. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run, run. Cool. From the top with music. Five, six, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. All right. As we go through there, that run, run is pretty good because they hit, Lionel hits 2 vibes, the same really low note, dun, dun, right at that time. So if you forget where that goes, there's a little musical cue for you. One more chance for you real quick. If you have questions, type them up. Otherwise, I'll just keep chugging ahead because you seem to be doing awesome. So again, reminder, this is a riff tune. So we're doing kind of one idea per phrase and sticking with it. The ways we've dealt with that long time to do one idea so far. First thing we did was just the same thing 6 times. Second thing we did was we kind of had a 4/8 chunk and then a 2/8 little break with our drunken sailors and our boogie backs and the run, run. So we separated it up a little bit, but instead of having it be 3 and 1 like the Shim Sham style, we did 4 and then 2. That's a really common way you'll hear that done. And a lot of times the music will change during that point too. Even if they're doing the same melody over the top, if they're singing the same line or something, you'll hear the left hand of the piano or the guitar or something like that, the bass for sure, will change their chord structure and start doing something that kind of has a bit of a denouement feel as they're walking out of that melodic feeling. And then the melody instruments catch up later. But those last 2/8 of a 6/8 section are often a bit different in the chord structure. Cool. So now comes the little bit more rhythmically dense part. We had on this one, boo, boo, ah, do, ga, da, ah, boo, boo, ba, do, da, da. That's a pretty common background rhythm for this style of music. We're going to do a move that you already know on the wrong count. So we're going to wait with our fall off the log feeling until count 2. So we're going to go step up. So we're going to give that 1, 2. Normally fall off the logs are on 8. Fall off the logs are always on 8 except for when they're not. It is important that these kind of like claps and things tend toward the even numbers because it is swing music and those are our swung beats. So we want to be on the even number. You can clap on the odd numbers. It's totally allowed when you understand the rules enough to break them. But if you want to be safe, even numbers are a good place to live. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. So we have a hold there on count 3. If you are someone who has balance issues, this is a great chance to check all those things. And for the record, everyone has balance issue days, even if it's someone who's really experienced with dancing and balance. So check and make sure you have a line from the top of your head out the bottom of your butt, really long and stretched. The back of your neck is really long. You're wide in your chest. You're not pulling your shoulders back military style, but you're making a nice extension this way. So you have this sort of T of balance going on here. You're in your legs a little bit, so you're a little bit closer to the ground, and you're using more of the muscles in the back of your leg for balance. Those quads, the front ones, are there for stability, but you don't want them to be bearing too much of the weight. That can be hard on your knees, and it also tends to pull us forward. If you learned looking at the floor, your quads probably would do too much work as a Lindy Hopper because your head pulls you forward and then it engages there. So really think about having the back of your body doing at least as much work as the front while you're doing your balancing. I'm going to assume that made sense since I can't see your faces. So we finished our last run. 1, 2, and 3. So let's put that all together. We have our drunken sailors. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3. So you just step down on 1. You hold on 8. Step down on 1. And get your fall off the log moment on 2. And then just ball change. 5. Drunken sailors. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, 6, 7, hold, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to go into a Suzy Q. Just one Suzy Q, so it takes 2 beats. So we went 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7. So that's just stepping across myself. And again, this is on the unusual count for this move. It's really, to me, feels more like just twist, twist. Like I'm kind of sashaying forward. Because normally that opening of the leg would be on the even number, but we can break the rules a little bit. It'll be fine. So we got 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7. Let's try that all together just from that step. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7. Cool. Is that making sense? Let me know if it is not. You can let me know if it is too. I'd love to hear about your successes, but I will try to answer you really quick if you do have questions on that. From there, we're going to just repeat that a couple of times. So that's an 8-count line. So every 2 8s, we'll get both sides done. So we went 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7. 8 is going to be a hold again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7. 1, 2. So the one difference I want to point out on that first one, because we did our run, I had to take a step and then get onto my left foot for that first fall off the log. For the rest of them, we'll be doing 2 sounds on the same foot. Hop, step. Or step, hop, sorry. So we go onto our right foot. And then onto our left. So let's kind of grind that for XP. We're just going to do it a bajillion times in a row because it's kind of a little bit tricky until it clicks. So let's start with that first one. We're going to step onto our right foot. This is the only one we do that extra step. It goes 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 4, 5, 6, and 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 8. 1. Awesome. Cool. Checking on you all over here. Let me know if you have questions, and we'll just keep on chooching here. And we just finished our drunken sailors. We did our 4 drunken sailors. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with our boogie backs. 6, 7 with our walk, walk, or run, run. Then we do a step into our fall off the log. So let's try that from the drunken sailors through this phrase. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 5. Boom. Oops, I messed up. Let's try it one more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and ba 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 da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. So I'm assuming it's starting to click enough that you can kind of mostly follow which direction we're going. So a couple of tips for making the quality improve. I want to drop low on that count too. So my first weight change over there, I'm going step, it's no big deal. But on that 2, I'm going to let myself drop here, and that's what makes my other leg pop up some. So I'm not going kick, I'm going and dropping down onto that foot, just like a fall off the log. Close that one more time from those drunken sailors. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 8. 1, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da. Now here's the question. Do you remember the rhythm that came before? Because we have 2 tricky rhythms in a row. So let's go back to our jazz squares, a little with a step, with a cross, and then the scoot. See if we can remember that, and then attach that to the one we just did. Because keeping those straight might be a little bit difficult if you're not used to that sort of thing. So we have cross that right foot over, cross, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, step. Cross, scoot, land, side, front, side, back, step. So let's do all 4 of those. Drunken sailors, boogie backs, run, run into our quasi fall off the log section, which is 1, 2, 2, ba-da, twist, twist, ba-da. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 5, and a 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, and a 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, ba-da, ba-da, da, boom, boom, ba, ba-da, ba-da, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, ba-da, ba, ba, 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 ba-da. Cool. You're all lovely. Cool. If you have questions, as always, shoot them in the comments over there. We have 3 times through this rhythm, mostly. So we went that's 2 8s, so 1 time through, which is a third of our phrase. We do it again. Ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba, just like normal. The last one is mostly just like normal. Ba da 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 ba 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 da, just like normal. 8, 1, and 3. But we're gonna take that last 4 counts of this thing, instead of continuing our rhythm over to the side, we're gonna do a trickeration going forward. So if you've been here in any of these classes, we do this move all the time. We're gonna step with your left foot in front of you. You're gonna touch your right foot toward your audience, just a toe. Keep the foot off the ground. You're gonna flip around so that right foot stays in the air in the same place. It does a little kick, and then you step onto it. So it goes step, touch, kick, step. So if we've just finished our ba-da-da-da-ga-da-ba-ba-ba-da, step, touch, kick, step. 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's preparing us for the next move. So let's go through that nice and slow, that whole phrase. And at the end, I'm going to yell at you, and we're going to do that trickeration. It'll be great. Not yell at you. I'm going to give you a good cue when the next thing's down. So we go from that first, we did a run, run. We're on our left foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8. 1, ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da 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 ba ba da ba. I lost track of how many we've done. I'm gonna actually count it this time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, ba 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 da. 1, 2, ba da ba 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 da. 1, 2, ba da ba 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 da. 1, 2, ba da ba ba. Last set. Ba da ba 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 da. 1, 2, and 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that last set, we have an extra little pause in there. You got lots of time to gather your wits about you because we don't do anything on count 4, even though we would normally do something there. And then we start that trickeration on count 5. Let's try it once all the way through the music. If you have specific questions, type them up. You've got the whole intro to type up things, so you're not going to miss any dancing. And then we'll try the whole thing through. If you have questions after that, and you're like, oh man, this one part is just not clicking, let's spend some time on that because I have one more phrase I want to get to that's much more simple, but is all the glory work. So let's make sure we really get this one right because this is the hardest part of the routine. So here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. All right, you survived. Whether you got it right or not, you're totally still alive and watching this video, and I appreciate you for that. If you have questions about specific parts, let me know. Otherwise, I'm totally happy to just give us a few more reps, get the practice in there. I'm going to wait for just a second so I can see if comments come up, because sometimes there's a delay on that. In the meantime, if you weren't here at the beginning, make sure you go back to the beginning of the video and either watch the warm-up, participate in it, or at least go down to the doodly-doo down here. There's a really cool all-ladies jazz band down in New Orleans called the Shake 'em Up Jazz Band. I've got a link down there to go buy their albums and support them, and my friend Chloe, because she's awesome, and has a really rockin' clarinet solo on that tune, so at least listen to it. Cool, all right, we're going from the top again because I don't see any questions, so let's do this thing. Five, six, 7. Here we go. All right, and then, of course, because they're yelling, oh, rock, we're going to do rocks, because how can you not? That's all I'm saying. So this is a really, really basic, really fundamental jazz step. If you don't know it yet, you'll learn it in like 2 seconds. This is probably the easiest part of the choreography, but it's also one of the coolest because we're following the slow grow of the song dynamic. So this is our yes, jazz moment, whereas the rest of it's been like, yeah, jazz, ooh, yeah, that thing, ooh. Now we're just going to embrace fully the spirit of the song. So we just finished our trickeration. That was step with my left, touch with my right, kick with my right, step with my left. And I'm going to, or my right, keep my momentum going forward. So I went step, touch, kick, step. and I'm going to go forward into a left side rock. So rocks to me are where I'm going one side to the other, really driving from about my belt, like someone's pulling me with a hook both directions. It's actually powered from my back leg pushing forward. So if you imagine where your butt dimple is back here, that's where the power for a rock is coming from. So it pushes forward from the hips. It's not just a tip, it's a push out of the floor. I can really feel more pressure on the bottom of my foot as I push into that rock and as I push back from the front one. So I'm taking, from here, my right leg is pushing all the way through my foot, sliding my hips sideways, and then my left foot just steps down underneath me from wherever that happens to be. So I'm not getting a waddle out of it. I'm keeping that leg just up, down, whichever one's not doing the pushing. So that's gonna go 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're stepping on the odds, but we're gathering on the evens. 8, 1, 3, 5. We're only gonna do 3 rocks per set because we're gonna use the last 2 beats for our transition. So coming out of this trickeration, it goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. I kind of want to show off my armpit and bring it back. Show it off, bring it back. Or you can imagine if you're a Seattleite, you're blocking the sun because it's too bright, and then you're sad that it's gone. And then you're blocking the sun because it's too bright, and then you're sad that it's gone. So let's try it from the trickeration. I'm going to count us in 1, 2, 3, 4. On 5, we step with that left, touch, kick, step, and then go into the lunges. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, touch, kick, step, lunge, back, lunge. I think it's probably perfect. So I'm going to do this about 4 million times in a row with these rocks. Real quick, let's just make sure the other side works too. So if you were going to your left, now you're going to go to your right. Don't have to do anything else. We were facing the audience. Now let's face away for a second. I'm going to push out of my left foot and open up my right armpit and try that side too. Make sure both those sides work in your body just fine. You go. All you got to do is look at the other side of the room, and you have rocks on the other side. If you have questions about that, let me know. That part should make sense, I think. The arm part gets a little bit weird here, but you get it. I got confidence. So what we're going to do is we'll go rocks to one side. Choose your own adventure right now while we're learning this step. We're going to do 3 on that side. So we go up, down, up. And then we're going to do run, run with our feet again. So we've already practiced that. We go run, run. And that sets us up to go to the other side. Down, up, run, run, up, down, up. Join me. Up, down, up, run, run, 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 up, down, up. This time when we do that, if you got like a little extra brain power, if you don't, that's all you got, that'll actually work. That's all you need to know for the next bit. But if you want some glory on this, little bonus points, you're going to let your arms keep flowing in a little circle in between the sides. So if I went up, down, up, run, run, up, down, up. And the nice thing is, as I come down from that last up, if I just let my arms flow, they'll do that circle. So it's more like trusting yourself to allow your arms to move than it is actually having to do a thing. But that is a little bit difficult. Trusting is sometimes harder than technical things. So we're going to go up, down, up, run, run, up, down, up, run, run, up, etc. Just about 4 million times in a row. Choose your own side. You can follow me or just go whichever side you're doing. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, up, down, up, run, run, 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 up, down, up, run, run. Cool. If you want to make it look fancier than it is, you can do that butt kick run that you do in gym class for your run, run. So I can go up, down, up, run, run. And it looks like I'm leaving the ground a little bit. All I'm doing is bringing my heels up behind me. If you fall over, you get glory points, and it's great. You can have cool bruises to show your friends. The other thing we're going to add, though, is we're going to actually rotate 180 degrees during the run, run. So our first set goes toward the audience. Run, rock, rock, as I'm doing my run, I'm turning myself around. I'm keeping an eye on the audience, so I'm not turning my back to my audience. In this case, since I'm doing my left first, I'll turn to my left, so my right is now facing the audience. And that goes 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock, back, rock, run, rock, back, rock, run. And we're keeping that in the audience the whole time. And you can bring your arms as far around you as you want to. I have to keep mine a little bit short because there's a low ceiling in here and I punch it if I'm not careful. But you can Kermit the Frog however much you want to do on that. I recommend watching yourself and figuring out what looks best on your body because everybody's got different bodies. So what looks good on me will not necessarily look good on you and vice versa. So we have 2 sets of rocks so far. We're doing left side, bam, boom, right side. And then we're going to go to the stage left side. So this time I'm going to turn myself during my runs to totally be square to my audience and bring my arms up to the left over here. So I've got 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. This side, 3, 5. And then we're going to go to the other side, 7, 8, here, 3, and then back to the front. So we've got 5 of these so far in a row. Front, other front, left, right, same as the first time. Let's try just that much. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Front, 3, 5, turn and front, 3, 5, stage left, front, 3, 5, stage right, up, 3, 5, to the front, and up, 3, 5. Cool, one more time with that, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Starting with your left armpit toward your audience. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. And we're going to boogie back for 4/8. That one I trust you to totally have down already. Cool. If you have questions on that pattern, let me know. It's a pretty simple step, like I said, but we're doing another tactic to fill up this time because we're doing the same step a bunch of times in a row. It's a blues chorus, so it's extra long. So we've so far done the Alan Leon thing where we're just like, I'll perform it well. That's how I will make my audience not bored with my one cool step I'm doing. We did the thing with the jazz squares where we have 4/8 of one thing, but then we have this break. And it's kind of cool because it gives us this 2/8 of a change of pace. Then we had the fall off the log bit. And that one's kind of nice because it's rhythmically dense. So it's giving us something that they have to kind of like lean in and focus on. And then we have this last one where we're doing the same really simple move, but we're doing it in different directions around the stage. And that's what's keeping it interesting. So these are all tools I use when I'm improvising my solo jazz as well, is I'll do the same step over and over again so I don't have to think of too many things, but I'll vary it in some of these ways. Cool. I'm assuming you've totally got it down, so why the heck would we not just dance it to music right now? Five, six, 7. Last one. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Run, run. Run, run. Run, run. Run, piggybacks. All right, you made it through. Congratulations. You are survivors of I think the fastest song that we've danced to date here on the channel for one of these little short Saturday morning choreos. If you have questions about why we did things or why I chose steps or why sometimes we cheat things, like we had that one fall off the log that has to start on the wrong foot, I'm happy to hear about those. You can email me. I'm Ben at syncopationfoundation.org. I'm at Lindy Hopping on Spotify if you want some music to dance to, or just message me on there. And I'm also on Instagram at Lindy Hopping, so you can find me there and shoot me some messages too. In other news, if you are interested in buying a bunch of swing music and supporting current artists who are making the music right now, Bandcamp.com, which is the one that's linked down in the warm-up song, they give 85% of the money that comes in from tracks to the artist, which is incredibly good compared to iTunes, or especially compared to things like Spotify. So that's awesome. But if you get them on the first Friday of the month, which was yesterday, unfortunately, so you missed this month, they give 100% of that money to the artist so that you can actually support them directly with just like basically a donation of cash. But instead of just giving them free money, you get to get music out of it too. And then you can have good fancy times and see what's going on in the jazz world during these weird quarantine things. If you have a desire for recommendations on what music to pick up, we made a post on the Syncopation Foundation page a little while ago that has a spreadsheet that our friend Caleb put together. So it's got a whole long list of them. But I'm happy to answer those questions too. So hit me up if you have questions about what my favorite tracks are at the moment or anything like that. If it's musicians who aren't currently active, but you still want to listen to some good music, we do have a playlist on my Spotify that the Syncopation Foundation kind of put together for you. There's a link down there for that. There's my camera. For that in the doodly-doo as well. And I have a few other playlists on there too, so check them out. And I recommend if you like a song out of that playlist, look up the artist, because those artists didn't just do the one song that we put on there. We tried to have a diverse smattering of music. But use Spotify's feature to just go look up the artist, radio or whatever, and dig around a little bit. Because if you like one song by that person, you might like a lot more of them. Otherwise, thanks all for being here, and we will see you all on a dance floor soon, I hope. Good luck, stay safe, be cool, and all that business.